executing attacking game plans, trying to take advantage. They've had quite a bit of ball in the first half, just trying to take advantage of that a little bit, and got a little false start here as the ball was on the tee, and the Leopards now going back to run through a couple of little final warm-ups.
Bit of a crowd down here too, Corey, that have you know, parked up on the hill in their cars, keeping nice and warm as around the hill behind us, and there's a few in the clubhouse already as well. Live stream being brought to you by the Auckland Rugby League. You can find us on www.aucklandleague.co.nz. Our streaming partners are CTAS, and the official sponsor for the Sharman Cup is Crown Lift Trucks, and we thank them for their support. So teams are getting ready, warming up as Corey has said. Even the ball boys having a wee bit of a stretch, and we're all sort of getting ready, waiting in with anticipation for the kickoff.
If you look over at the Leopards warming up, we can see George Carmont there in the background, and fans of the NRL will remember George from his time with the Newcastle Knights. He also played for the Wigan Warriors, so he was initially named actually in the Leopards squad to play today. Pulled out, I'm guessing, with looks like a lower leg injury. It's strapped up there, but what a man to have back at the club. We saw he's been involved with the New Zealand Warriors in the reserve grade system, played a little bit there, was initially going to play the full season before he did his knee, got involved in a little bit of the coaching, so he's both a coach and player. An amazing right-hand man to have around, especially when you consider they've got John Ackland as well. So credit to the Leopards. After getting relegated last year, they've pulled together the best coaching staff they can, I guess, and they have some really quality people on board, showcasing that desire, I guess, to get back to the First Division as teams go through their final little bits just to keep warm. So they were short half-time chats, Troy, and I dare say both teams probably reasonably happy with how things are going so far.
True, and I think it'd also be fair to say that Bay Roskell Vikings have big aspirations of going up as well. They're proving to be, you know, a fairly hard team to topple. Also, if you are listening to the live stream and you're at one of the other matches, Tale Anderson, a little shout out to Tale, our young girl from PNG, Papua New Guinean. If you get the chance, can you tweet or send us over the update for the clash that you're at? I believe that she's at the clash of the round, and that is Mangere East up against the Te Aratu Roosters. So it'd be good to get that score, please, if somebody's out there watching that. And also, if we can get an update on the Conaka Minolta Rooster clash against the Pirates home game there. That'd be great. Okay, ready for kickoff. Back live with Corey the caller. And we're ready now. Ball boys ready, and we're off.
And Clark gets us back underway with a low kick, which takes a bounce, and they hand it off to Blacher, who will get things back underway with the first hit up of the second half.
Attracted three tacklers there, and Otahuhu back in the line. Here come the big boys again, another settle, looking for another big unit. And good meters. I nearly said yards. Corey wouldn't know what a yard was if it fell on him.
No, that's right. Speaking a different language to me there, Troy, but they are making some good ground downfield here, the Scorpions, on their first set. It's a really good first set with the ball. As we approach last tackle now, Pulianga, bit of a scuffed kick, I would think, and it's easily fielded by Geronimo Doyle on the full, tackled well by Michael Blacher. Apologies, it's the 16.
Oh, great break. Oh, no.
Regan Tierra there with the tackle, but we're going to have a penalty here.
I was going to get excited then for a minute, Corey, and I thought we were having a great opportunity to raise our voice.
Well, any excuse to jump up and down a bit here today. It is very cold down here at Bert Hannon Park, as we see. Big contact there, and it was led by Richard Halani for the Leopards. I mentioned he's come across from Currumbin in Australia last year. The Scorpions now get into a little bit of shape, and Twala into dummy half. Shuffles it out to Hansel CML.
The Scorpions threatening here.
Out the back door, and Pulianga gets it, misses out Blatcher. Now there's space out here wide. He's into space, but it's a fantastic tackle to stop the player. It looked like the winger was going to go over in the corner there. But an excellent tackle from Taniela Rasaka. Denies Otara what would appear to have been a try in the corner. But they're not done with yet, the Scorpions. A little dart out of dummy half from Hiamau. Michael Blatcher into dummy half. The second rower, and it's a scrappy pass there. I dare say the pick fella's put boot to ball. Doyle's going to watch that one go dead. So possibly Troy, when you got the second rower into dummy half and the prop kicking, maybe some missed assignments there from the Scorpions on last tackle.
All look good to me, Corey. No problem there whatsoever.
So the Leopards now will start this set on their 20 as they work it out towards halfway. And the outside backs now coming in, looking for a little bit of work. Sean Motu Moyavave. Halani carries forward, just ticks play over halfway.
Sizable unit too, the number 14 for Otahuhu.
He is indeed, and there's a few of them on the park today. So Clark gets the ball and he puts it up nice and high, and another testing one in the breeze. It's going to hit the grass, and there is space out here on the left here. Otahuhu have regathered. What can they do with it? They head back infield. Hot potato footy now to keep the Steeden alive as they go down towards the left. The offload's gone astray. It's going to go into touch, and I think it'll be an Otara feed, but some enterprising play there from the Leopards, making their intent clear early in the second half here. They're here to play a little bit of football. It's not going to be a case of one-out stuff, but on that occasion, just a little bit off the mark, and Scorpions will receive possession about 10 metres off their line.
So as we're getting ready for the scrummy over here, communications just died down a little bit, Corey. You know, they seem a bit in a quiet space now, and here come Otara again, running it out from their 20. Looking for another strong settle. Here it comes.
The backs getting involved in the work here for the Scorpions. We mentioned there wasn't many errors in that first half. The ball remained in play for long periods, which is good from a quality of game point of view, but can be quite taxing on the players. So unsurprising to see the outside backs coming in and lending a bit of a helping hand coming out of yardage as the Scorpions now start to really make some good yardage. And Siloni Tolfa edges up towards halfway. Pulianga puts the ball high, and Doyle's at the back, a little juggle, but brings it in eventually. So well taken by the Leopards number 1. Former player for the Ellerslie Eagles in his first year with the club, 20
now,
years of age.
I've just counted as you're commentating there, Corey, 4 or 5 Otahuhu Leopards still walking back to get into position. They're there now on their second or third tackle. So just need to energise up, get a little bit of, I suppose, playing positive. You know, like in Otara seem to be fairly comfortable at this point in time, regardless of the score on the board being 12 points to 4. Otahuhu again.
So Clark with a little show, a little go, but he's not falling Blatcher on this occasion, who tackles up around the shoulders to bring him down. Appeals for a penalty there, but nothing coming as Doyle puts a spiralling kick down towards the wing, and it looked like it was potentially going to go out on the full there, but stays in play. Pulianga back to receive it, hands it off to his fullback, Mikaeli. So back into a bit of a grind here, a bit of an arm wrestle. Scorpions holding the advantage and with the ball currently. Nice to see plenty of the respective juniors from the clubs down here today doing ball boy duties and running kicking tees. Fantastic to see the kids involved. Of course, football played all over Auckland today for all grades.
Yeah.
As the Scorpions take it up towards halfway, and Clark's involved in the tackle. Gets a little shove at the end of it for his troubles. Nice first up contact there from Philippe Va'a-Fesi. Tuala into dummy half, shuffles out the back towards George. Another spiralling kick, and it's becoming a theme in this game. And this one isn't going to be claimed. I think it may be if a Leopards knock on. We wait for the call, and I think it's going to be a changeover, in fact. So must have seen an Otara Scorpions knock on initially there, referee Aaron Casher. So the Leopards will get this use of the ball. As this game starts to find its feet in the second half, we're just about 8 minutes into the second period. Both teams trading punches early on. In terms of field positioning, we've seen some really good finishes to the sets as well from the respective halves. As Taufa is involved in that tackle along with Tuala.
Second row of 12 just gone off, Corey, and fresh reserve coming on.
Va'afu Saanga, a dummy half, and Rasaka takes them up over halfway, and so Troy mentions the fresh bodies on the field there, and it's a quick play of the ball. They head out the back door, but Otara at this stage scrambling well to get there, and they do well to take down the big fella, the number 4, Sione Lolo, 28-year-old. He's played Fox with Otahuhu previously, as they hoist a big kick up towards the left, and here's a little bit of pressure for the back 5, and Montgomery's gone up and missed it, and there's space here if the Leopards can get the ball out towards the left, and I think they may have. And referee Aaron Casher points to the spot, so the Leopards hit back with a nice try, and again it was that high ball, this time just proving a little bit too hard for the Scorpions. There's a bit of a swirling wind down here at Bert Hennon Park, and that one catches them out. Montgomery went up for it, and he's been excellent in this game, Montgomery. Heavily involved in all facets, but on that occasion the Leopards get the better of him to score in the corner.
Now, just as you were saying that, Corey, John was quite animated over the far side there. He was giving explicit instructions to the trainer, and the trainer's out there now having the chat to the team in regards to what that message was. And I'm picking that their attack may well be on the left edge for Otahuhu. They seem to have gone that side, you know, in the last couple of sets down there, and maybe John's, you know, seen a weakness in the Otara defence there, and that kick may be pulled out again. I won't be surprised if we see it again.
So Geronimo Doyle will attempt the conversion here, and it's a pretty tricky one. Almost up against the sideline on the bank end of the Bert Hennon Park, number 1 field. And you mentioned a good turnout from the local supporters as always. It's a real rugby league area. Games are always well supported
nice
here,
kick.
and that's an excellent kick from out wide. So Doyle adds the extras, and all of a sudden it is game on. It's going to be Otara 12, Otahuhu Leopards 10, as the first 10 minutes of this first half ticks over.
It'll be good now to see the mental fortitude of the Otara Scorpions, as it now starts to become a close game. You know, like they've had it pretty much going their way, and you know, if Otahuhu now start to turn a little bit momentum around, it'll be interesting to see how Otara handles that. Getting ready for the restart.
So you get the feeling the next few sets will be crucial. The first one is fielding the kickoff, which is no guarantee in conditions like today's, but there's a good carry there, and Otara get there in numbers. Blatcher there to stop him, and again it's Richard Halani, and he's been really good since coming onto the field. Troy.
He's taken the blind.
Rasaka now down the blind side and makes some good yardage. So the Leopards here with a little bit of momentum, and they head back towards the middle of the park.
Oh, good fend.
Excellent fend there, and another really solid carry from Sione Lolo. Now down towards that left, and again it looks like they are going to target it towards the back end of this one as Doyle ducks, weaves, dives, goes through one, eventually tackled, showed the little offload there and just hinted at it. Back in for another solid carry there, this time from Penny Pepper.
They're staying on the left edge, mate.
They are indeed, but the last tackle option just goes a little bit astray there. Little kick through was probably a good idea, but hit a couple of knees on the way through, so the Scorpions, well defended, well done, Otara. They hold on to that 12-10 lead at this stage. And both teams playing with a lot of energy here, Troy, and they're a little bit sluggish coming out of the half-time break, but really starting to come to life now as the sun also comes out here at Bert Henham Park in South Auckland. The Scorpions give it a little bit of width, and Yeti beats the first one, eventually tackled by the second into dummy half. Nano Saturo. Blatcher directing a little bit of traffic. Tuala now looks left, goes right, finds Pulianga. Pulianga puts it higher. Chest here for Doyle. There's no one around, should take it cleanly and does. And the Leopards now prepare their reply. Julius Felice up over the half, but there's a little spilt ball there, and the Scorpions like that one, so a little mistake there from Otahuhu, and that hands advantage to the Scorpions here in this little arm wrestle that's developing. They'll pack this scrum down right on halfway here at Bert Henham Park. A little pause here, a few of the boys stretching out, so perhaps the toll of the game starting to be felt a little bit. Both of these teams pretty impressive through grading, although the Scorpions only scraped through. They were in a really, really hard pool. They had some quality opponents in that side of the pool of death it's been dubbed, both getting through to the competition proper. Now as the Scorpions feed the scrum and come out towards the left. And a little show and then a go from Yeti Fatalainga. Mikaeli shifts it off to Blatcher, who's played the whole game so far. And now Tofa. Tuala into dummy half. They'll come out towards this right edge.
Great
and
offload.
A lovely little offload there from Regan Tierra, and they're right on the line here, the Scorpions. What have they got? Tuala into dummy half, shifts it out the back there, hands it off, Pulianga shifts it, Blatcher hits it, may have been a knock-on. Indeed, it is a knock-on, so the Scorpions there getting pretty close, but just lacking that little bit of polish at the end of their sets.
They go to who get a get-out-of-jail card free there, Corey. And just a quick update from the Te Atatu Mangere East game. This was during their first half. Te Atatu were out to an 18-6 lead. Looking for an update on that. If you're actually at the Mangere East Te Atatu game, please text us or give us a tweet. And that sounds like one just coming in then. 18 all is the score there.
Right, and remembering their game clock will be about in line with our one, so they'll be just approaching the halfway point of that second half there. In the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership match, of course, we mentioned it's a battle of the two teams who are currently down at the bottom of the ladder.
So there must be a good match out there if they're back to 18 all. Another cliffhanger, and that'll be interesting to see who comes out on top of that match. Back to the main game here, Otahuhu versus Otara, and Otahuhu attracting a few defenders there as they quick play the ball. Good darting run.
Really nice carry from Geronimo Doyle. Really come to his own in the second half, heavily involved. Clark on the ball now. Shifts it out to his second rower. Kuia.
No, the referee was happy he went back.
Yeah, play on's the call, so Rasaka into dummy half, swings it wide, and Clark puts a big high one up towards the wing of Montgomery again, and it's spilt again, so that it's a clear tactic now from the Leopards to target out towards that left side. And there's a penalty from referee Aaron Casher, and just a little bit of mucking around in the play of the ball there. And all of a sudden the Scorpions are under a lot of pressure here, Troy.
You must be impressed with my rocket science in regards to attacking that left edge there, Corey.
You're a genius of the game, Troy Hardy.
Settle down.
That's all that needs to be said.
Settle down.
And nice to see the sun making an appearance today. After a pretty dodgy start there, we had a fair bit of rain as we were setting up for today's live stream. A fair bit of wind, still a little bit of wind around, but quite nice conditions. We'll get it even nicer if the Leopards are able to get over the line here for the home side. Clark on the ball, throws a little cutout, isolates Kuia on the right edge. Doyle's in around dummy half. Watch for the dart here as Doyle instead goes back towards the sticks. Clark again on the ball, shuffles it off to Helani. But for the time being, the Scorpions hold strong. And this
Looks
time,
like
Kuia, he's very close. I think he's gone all the way over the line. He has indeed. So Atanasio Kuia, the 23-year-old Otahuhu Jr. And that time just gets isolated there. A nice little bit of play in the middle of the park. And they went from side to side a couple of times in that set. The Leopards and well and truly on top in the arm wrestle now. And they're about to take the lead for the first time in this match.
Do we feel that's a little bit of momentum starting to turn, Corey?
Definitely, I think so. It's you know, it's been evident that the Leopards have had the running for most of this second half, and that time they're just nice execution to put the big fella into a gap and take full advantage. So right now it's the hosts with the upper hand. With the kick to come, which would give them a 4-point lead if successful.
Yeah, the Otahuhu boys are now starting to get a wee bit more lively on their chat. And I think as they're all striding back to their position, getting ready for the kickoff, we wait for the Otahuhu Leopard kicker, who's now addressing the tee. Sizing it all up, short run up, nice little stabbing kick, and the linesmen are happy with that.
And a couple of really nice conversions from Geronimo Doyle, and it could end up being crucial here. That gives the Leopards a 16-12 lead as we approach the middle part of this second half here in the Crown Lift Trucks Sharman Cup clash between the Otahuhu Leopards and Otara Scorpions. Big thank you to the Auckland Rugby League for providing this live stream. We do hope you're enjoying the coverage wherever you're watching in the world. Of course, we're back in action next week for the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership clash between the Te Aratū Roosters and Mount Albert Lions. Mount Albert, a heavyweight of that competition, particularly in recent times, where they have tended to be in and around that grand final most years, and Te Aratū back at that level for the first time in a number of years under coach Revel Neal. But back to the current game, and the Scorpions now looking for their reply. They've endured a tough little 10-15 minute period in the second half as Rasaka appealing for a penalty but comes up with the error, and that is exactly what Otara wanted. They're going to get a chance here to hit back, start this set about 30 metres off their line, so an ideal result for the Scorpions.
Not ideal for Otahuhu after, you know, just I suppose turning the tide there a little bit and putting themselves under pressure now. Otara really want to do something with the ball for the next 6 and have the right to reply and put some more points on the board. If they don't, however, I wonder if that will play with their minds. Here come Otara Scorps.
So Huanga with the initial carry and a bit of a head rub in the tackle there.
Good settle. Attracting a few defenders there. There were 3 on that tackle there by the Otahuhu Leopards.
Yeah, good carry from Junior Sheck.
Any relation to Roger?
Not that I know of, Troy.
Oh, he's popped. That come out the back? No, the referee says play on. Great settling run.
Yeah,
good
really
carry.
Good carry there from Sheck, and he's made an impact in the last couple of minutes with a couple of nice carries. They head back towards the sticks. George Pulianga with the ball, goes.
Great
and it's
offload.
a lovely offload there from Yeti Fataliinga.
Linesman's called that out.
But into touch, it was some really nice play there from the Scorpions down their left edge. Lovely little offload from Fetali Nya, a teacher at St. Kentigern's College in Auckland. And I had the pleasure of talking to him for a story last year. We were really enthusiastic about, I guess, guiding the youth through the education system. Our great guys returned from stint in Papakura Rugby, and so good to see him back in the greatest game of all. And by all accounts, enjoying his time back with the Scorpions as well, as Otara now threaten, or Otahuhu I should say, sorry, Clark off the scrum, and he's dragged down eventually from a good tackle by Hansel CML up towards halfway now. And the Scorpions scrambling a little bit. Doyle with a little dart out of dummy half, and they're doing some damage here. Just one out stuff, hitting the Scorpions with that quick style of play. Connor Purcell back on the field after a long rest. And look at that for a carry from the big fella. He goes about 10 metres, drags plenty with him with a nice little fend and some leg drive. Lovely legs tackled there from the Scorpions. On the run from Joshua Shannon Nicholson. Clark, dummies to kick, steps one, steps two, still going. Eventually taken down. And that is last tackle, so not a bad end to the set there for the Leopards. I know they didn't get to their kick, but to finish the set at that part of the field, a positive there. Particularly as we enter the final 17 minutes of this Crown Lift Trucks Sharman Cup clash. So the Scorpions now, you feel desperate for an impact play or a penalty. Put them up into that attacking half, get a set there and see what they can do. At least put a little bit of pressure on this Leopards side, who have had it their way for most of the second half. Shown a lot more energy in the second 40 minutes so far. But you can see Otara just struggling a little bit to make the yardage that their opposition are at this point. George with a kick down, but again fielded by Doyle, who spots a gap and goes through. Montgomery gets there in the end and manages to fall on him. But Troy, we've really seen Otara probably go a little bit away from their quality kicking game. A lot of the kicks starting to find Geronimo Doyle on the full, and that's been a key difference in terms of their yardage battle so far in the second half.
Yeah, I agree. And Otahuhu now starting to make yards at will. You know, they've in the first half of the game, they were struggling to get metres on the board. Now they seem to be penetrating at will. And what tackle are we on here, mate? Just quietly. We're still on, yeah, okay. Maybe one left to go here, and they seem to be still going to that left edge.
Yeah, Benjamin Benedict there, popping up.
Oh, has he bobbled it?
On the left, and
looks
like he has, yeah. So the Scorpions have fallen on that. So not the finish they wanted on that occasion, the Leopards, but making really good yardage down the field to get there. You know, it seems they're finishing every set kind of in that attacking 20, which is where Coach John Eklund will want them finishing those ones now as the Scorpions do their best to get out of trouble.
Yeah, I think you want to see the Otara Scorpions want to put the accelerator down now. They really want to, you know, power back into the game here. They've got good size, got a great tackle. That's their last now. Let's see how good their kick is.
Rasaka there with a good tackle. Twyla out of dummy half puts a little one over the top. It finds a bit of dirt off the foot of Geronimo Doyle.
See, Otara up in the background here, just walking now. They need to get into shape pretty quick, you know, and they need to get their chat up. Otahu's going to start getting the momentum on again. Here they come. They're getting a good roll on. Great run, great run. Still going.
Yeah, excellent carry there from Julius Felice.
Otahu just starting to walk up the field now. They're looking like they're heading in the right direction as a group.
The yardage coming a little too easy, I would suspect, for Otara coach Shomtane Taratu's liking, as Clark heads out towards the left. Again. Connor Purcell, he's dangerous on the ball when he gets at this guy. He's an absolute handful to bring down. Come out towards the left, and Clark Little dummy, a little kick through. He's been good so far, has Brodie Clark, leading this team around the park nicely. We mentioned he's back from a stint overseas, 22-year-old. He's played previously for a couple of different clubs in Auckland, Papakura Sea Eagles, Pakuranga Jaguars and also Howick. But he's been a clear standout today, really making sure the Leopards finish those sets on a high. And if they're not careful here, the Scorpions, they start to slip out of this game a little bit if they can't start
Good strong run.
At the very least, make some yardage and start finishing those sets in the right spots on the field. It's 16 points to 12 in this Crown Lift Trucks Sharman Cup match. And it's the home side leading now as Otara go out towards left and Rasaka rocks Blatcher in a big tackle, gets to play the ball away. He got the quick play the ball. Only problem was there was no one home. Schoolboy error there, really. Troy not getting to dummy half, and you wonder how much more pressure the Scorpions team can take on their own line.
True that, and here come Otahuhu again.
Benjamin Benedict, sorry, with the carry forward, one of the 18-year-olds in the squad. Mentioned earlier, is a very youthful team, this Otahuhu team. Va'afu Sanga into dummy half.
Attacking the line here in the background, there's a second rower down for Leopards, getting a bit of cramp. Trainers attending to him, and they've gone to the left edge, and he's
out towards the left, and it's going to be nicely finished, I think, by the number 2, Julius Felice. We wait for confirmation from referee Aaron Casher, who points to the spot, and you wonder if that may well be the killer blow in this one. There's still plenty of time for the Scorpions, but the Leopards really starting to impose themselves in this match, and that time just a nice little left side move started by Brodie Clark, who we highlighted earlier. He's been super impressive in this match. A composed play, and no surprises, they went for that left edge again, Troy.
Yeah, mate. I think, especially in the second half, it's been all Otahuhu as far as territory is concerned. You know, that first half, they were really only ever in Otara Scorpions, you know, half with either against the grain play, or they'd managed to get, you know, the odd set and get down there. This half, however, they've just been on a roll. You know, every set of 6 they've been down. Their kicks have been good. They're certainly been dominating, you know, the field territory, and that's starting now to reflect on the scoreboard. The second row is still down. He still looks like he's got cramp, and as we get ready to kick, the young fella's been kicking very well today.
Yeah, Geronimo Doyle kicked a couple from this part of the field. He mentioned down to the back play, Kuia was down with what looked like cramp. Spent a few minutes on the ground getting a stretch out from the physio. Back up to his feet now and jogging into position. Plenty of smiles from the Leopards boys, and no wonder. They've really wrestled back momentum in this half, and after trailing at half-time, now take a nice little lead into the final 10 minutes of this half. So back we come to the action here at Bert Henham Park in South Auckland as we approach the final 10 minutes of this Crown Lift Trucks Sharman Cup match. And the Leopards now out to a 2-score lead, 20 points to 12. And Otara, if they're going to reply, they're going to have to do it quickly as the clock starts to become their enemy here. Back underway with a high kick, and the wind has died down a little bit as Connor Purcell comes off the back fence with a good carry. Takes it up to about 20 metres off his line. See what they can do with the football here as Clark shuffles it off. The Scorpions, to their credit, showing plenty of line speed. Not prepared to give up just yet. Last week it was a slow start that cost them. This week they started well. They took a lead into half-time, but just faded a little bit in this second half.
Great run.
And that is an excellent run there down the short side from Va'afu Soanga. Five and last now. And the Leopards hand it off to Clark, who puts one up across field out to the right edge. This time a bit of a change, but again it's spilt. 6 again is the call. Lolo's got the ball. He'll be hard to stop from this range. Brought down just short of the line. And a dummy half for Osaka.
Oh,
Just about catches the Scorpions napping. There's a good little play there from the nippy little winger. As they come back infield. Otara with a good carry. He's been strong for them today. They miss out Clark. They go to Purcell, who hands a nice little inside ball there to his fellow forward, Joshua Shannon Nicholson. Purcell showing some of those skills there as they go out of dummy half. Just short is the call. Otara, hands on the ball. Lolo now with the ball. Dummies. He's back inside. He's a big man. He's strong. He's taken 3 of them. Pulled down just short. Last tackle. What have they got here, the Leopards? Out the back door. They miss Purcell. It finds Clark. Dribbles a kick through. Picked up, but well tackled in the end. Struggling to see, I believe the Scorpions, they do have the ball there, so just thought for a minute there Clark might have got a one-on-one strip away, and that is nice little legs tackled there from the 15, Benjamin Benedict. So now Blatcher with his hands on the ball. And we're looking at about 7 minutes remaining in this half, ladies and gentlemen. It's starting to get to now or never time for the Otara Scorpions. Benedict brings him down. Nice little offload out the back, Dave Ezekiel. A huge hit!
Oh,
and it's going to force the knock on
before it left.
And don't they love it as well? That is a massive hit. And there from the number 11, Kuia.
And hitting that 17 wasn't an easy job to do. He's a big unit as well. Oh, good to see. Great sportsmanship there. They patted each other on the bruised shoulders and said, carry on. I hope that wasn't his green tea drinking arm. He might come right a wee bit later on. Okay, Otahuhu feed the scrum. And they move to the left.
Clark misses one out and isolates Doyle, but well scrambled in the end after the initial miss. Out on the left edge.
Hey, come off the field, guys.
Really nice little dummy half dart there from Philippe Vaafisi. And the Leopards starting to do it easy now.
Even the trainer looks like he's lining up to take a carry.
Clark in at the bottom of the ruck, hands it off to Purcell, who drags 3. Very close to the line there is Big Connor. Backdoor now, Clark shows, goes, steps. I think he might be over the line here, Clark. Oh, excellent tackle over the top.
Was he penalised?
But we're going to have a penalty. I think we might have seen an obstruction in there, and indeed it is going to go the Scorpions' way. So an Otara penalty there, and that potentially keeps him in the game. If Clark goes over there, it's game over. As we approach the final 5 minutes of this clutch here at Burt Henham Park in South Auckland on the Crown Lift Trucks Sharman Cup, round 2.
Second half seems to have gone quicker, Corey.
It's been the more lively half, I think, Troy. You know, we saw probably both teams kind of pretty conservative in those opening exchanges, but it's been a quality game. It's had a bit of everything, and for me, kind of headlined by the smart tactics of both teams, finishing their sets really well. And the Leopards' big men just got rolling in the second half, and Otara have struggled a little bit to control that. They are the bigger team, the Leopards. A couple of big boppers in this Scorpions team, though, as they try their luck down the right, but just struggling to make that yardage, and as a result, there's not much room for them to put any polish on the ends of the sets now as they head out towards the left, and a nice little inside play. Isolates Mikaeli, the ball is loose, but I think it's going to be an Otara knock-on, so the Leopards will pack the scrum down.
Couple Otahuhu boys feeling it, eh? They're getting, there's another one now with a bit of cramp coming in as they get ready to form the scrum. Big thank you to Crown Lift Trucks, main sponsors of the Sharman Cup, and our streaming partners CTAS for bringing the live stream courtesy of the Auckland Rugby League.
And we've got time off here. as referee Aaron Kesher calls the trainer over, and I think we might have a bit of blood on the jersey or something like that. The trainers come in to clean him up, so a little stoppage in play here with time off. We've got about 4 minutes remaining in this match. Troy, do you give the Scorpions any chance of coming back in this one? They've battled hard, but just really struggling to make that yardage.
As a player, Corey, you always believe in hope, and you always believe that you've got enough time to get down there and turn it all around. Just a quick update. I've got 26-20 to Glenora. 26-20 to Glenora, kick to come. And that's in the Conaka-Minolta Root Rooster match. So, Glenora.
That's up against Point Chevalier Pirates. So Glenora staring down the barrel of back-to-back upsets over probably the two teams most people would think are the sort of top teams in the comp right now, along with Howick. So Glenora on fire right now under Bernie Perinara. So we wait for confirmation of that one, which will be entering the final 5 minutes or so. So at this stage, the Bears on track to pull off the big upset. And it's a long stoppage in play we've got here. Troy just fixing up a little mouth cut on one of the Scorpions players.
That'll be a good breather. Everyone will be able to regather now. So Otara will make a bit of clarity in regards to what they need to do. And Otahuhu, they need to, you know, man up, muscle up, and make sure that their defence is strong. Sorry. Looks like they've got the ball, so they'll need to complete a set of 6 and maybe add a few more numbers on the board. So Otahuhu's going to be wrapped as they start to run it outside their half. First settle on. Who's looking set? Ready to go. Looks like they're all shifting to the left-hand side again.
Good initial carry from Osaka. And the Scorpions, they need a defensive stop here. They really need to force an error. Try and find some points that way. About 5 minutes to go here in this round 2 clash. And Halani with a good carry, had the arm ready for the offload, couldn't quite get it away, and probably wise to hold on to it at this point in the game. They hand it off. Miss Purcell. A little show, a little go from Kaifotu. And another quick play of the ball. Lolo, he's caused some trouble out on the fringes today. Sione Lolo, 28-year-old. He's played Fox Memorial Premiership footy, played at those elite levels domestically. Ball comes back towards halfway and a big kick out, which is allowed to bounce by everyone. It's been picked up by Julius Felice, who's tackled on last. A good result there for the Leopards. Tackled just short of their line, and the Scorpions now have to go 90 metres if they want to get points. We're entering the final few minutes of this Crown Lift Truck Sharman Cup match between the Otahuhu Leopards and the Otara Scorpions. The Leopards holding a 20-12 lead at this stage and look pretty good odds to collect their second win in as many games after disposing of Papatoetoe last week.
Yeah, I think John will want the Otahuhu boys to finish this off with some discipline. He won't want to see them getting a soft try in, and he'll want this game to be finished in the correct manner. Otara, on the other hand, you know, they'll want to get one through, as with all players, and thought there was something on over there on the right-hand edge, but that is the 5th, and we wait for a little kick to come.
So it's do or die time here for the Scorpions. They look like they are going to run it, and they're going to spread it, but at this stage, the Leopards scrambling well. They've got to keep the ball alive. They don't really have a choice. A little kick dribbled through, and now there's a little bit of space. They've got numbers
Great
here.
Kick to the right.
Tual is chasing, but in
cover.
the end, it might have been Connor Purcell, I think, in the backfield there. The big number 10 back there to collect it, doing the winger's job, and I'm sure he'll let the backline know about that one post-match. Rasaka now carries out of trouble, and he's had some really key carries in this game, Troy Rasaka, especially coming out of yardage.
The number 3 here for Otara. You can see him hobbling on the wing here, Corey. It amazes me that even at this level, we've got some players running around on a not a hard track. This is a soft, heavy ground and moulded sprigs. You know, at this level, they need to be coming with the right foot gear to keep their traction on the ground. And I think the young fella there, you know, hurt himself on that last run just due to not having the correct footwear. Okay, here comes Otahuhu. Good, strong kick.
And from Clark, but it's well claimed by Mikaeli at the back. who puts in a good kick return, but we are nearing the final few seconds of this one, so it's going to be all over, folks. The Otahuhu Leopards are going to win this one as the final few seconds tick down. Our match manager preparing to call an end to this one. And well done to both sides. It's been a quality affair here at Bert Henham Park. But that's going to do it. So the Otahuhu Leopards, 2 from 2 to start their Crown Lift Trucks Sharman Cup campaign in the competition proper. And the Leopards, it's back-to-back losses for them, back-to-back losses by close margins, I will add. They've been strong performers in both of those ones, but no luck today. But as we mentioned, a quality affair really. Both teams showcasing plenty of class to finish their sets well. There were some nice attacking plays put on, but in the end the Leopards, it was all about their forward pack. They really came to life in the second half. Were able to chew up a lot of yardage and really keep the Scorpions pinned down their end of the field for most of that half. We're going to hear from the respective captains in a moment. So do stay with us for the post-match interviews here in the Crown Lift Trucks Sharman Cup live stream game of the round. We're joined by Connor Purcell, captain of the victorious Otahuhu Leopards team. Connor, a pretty taxing game for the boys in the middle, mate. A couple of big fellas looking pretty puffed.
Yeah, no, Otara, they've come a long way since we played them back in round 2. They've got a lot fitter. They're pushing us to our limits, us big boys. Yeah, we were blown out there, but just happy to come away with the win at the end of the day.
How impressed were you with the response in the second half? It looked like your pack really came to life and you were really able to keep the Scorpions pinned down that end for most of the half.
Yeah, they came out firing first half and they really gave it to us, but I was impressed with some of our younger boys coming off the bench, especially in that middle. Richard Lani and them, they come in and sparked us up and really lifted our pack to get over the Otara boys in the end. Yeah.
How testing were those conditions early on? There was obviously a fair bit of rain, plenty of wind. Was that kind of hard to adjust the game plan early on?
Yeah, we got lucky, I guess, at the start. We got to use the wind. We didn't use it as well as we could have, but it just helps our kickers a lot with a strong breeze today. Yeah, just adjusting from that, moving forward. We didn't have the best start, and then I was just happy at the end of the day that the boys came back with good effort, good character, and to come from behind to win is always pleasing for us.
Looking ahead to next week, what's the main sort of improvements you can see to help this team kind of go to the next level?
Just starting off a bit more aggressive. Otara, I guess, they came out a bit more aggressive than us off the blocks. So just us lifting our intensity right from the get-go, starting from me and our other senior players, just bringing out the right attitude and hopefully not having to come from behind to get a W next week.
Connor, thanks for joining us and well done.
Thank you.
And we're now joined by Otara Scorpions captain Terence Montgomery. Terence, I guess 2 weeks in a row there where it was close but not quite close enough. The boys must be pretty disappointed with that one.
Yeah, always disappointed with a loss. We had them in the first half, and I think in the second half they just came back a lot stronger, a lot faster, and they had a game plan set. Just mistakes near the try line that costed us the win, but always have to be humble in victory and just always have to sort of take away the lesson and learn from it on Tuesday back at training.
That second half there was a noticeable difference. Was that about you guys struggling, or did the Leopards get a lot better in that second 40?
They definitely improved in that second half. I felt that in the first half they were a bit slower, and then in the second half they just came out firing. their bench just came off with an impact, and I think a couple of the boys just felt that difference and couldn't really pick up in time.
You must be proud of your team though, despite really struggling for yardage in that second half. They kept trying, you kept going at them. You must take a lot of pride out of that one.
Yeah, I'm always happy with the team's effort. Forwards always working hard every week in, week out, doing the hard yards, doing training, and at the game as well. But it's always unfortunate to walk away with a loss.
0 from 2 to start the season. What's the morale like in camp, and what do you kind of work on this week?
In camp, we sort of know what we need to work on. It's just sort of getting that rhythm of actually putting it in play on the Saturdays. But we'll hopefully come back on Tuesday and just sort of pick it up and carry it on to Thursday and the game next week and come away with a win, hopefully.
Any major work-ons from your point of view in terms of gameplay or tactics?
Probably catch the ball on the last for myself and for the rest of the boys. It's just sort of, I reckon the boys worked hard, and just have to sort of, just sad with the loss.
Terence, thanks for joining us. All the best for next week.
Thank you.
And that will do us from today's Crown Lift Trucks Sharman Cup live stream match from here at Bert Hennon Park. A fantastic game of rugby league, a really high quality encounter across the 80 minutes. The Otahuhu Leopards getting up for their second win of the season and resounding the Otara Scorpions to 0 from 2 to start their year. So thank you for joining us. We are back in action again next Saturday for the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership match between the Te Arotu Roosters and Point Chevalier and Mount Albert Lions. And do join us then. Thank you.